This is Technobabble, episode 37, E3 in Hindsight. Welcome back for another Technobabble podcast. This is episode 37.
37.
I'm joined by a couple friendly people here that were burping earlier.
Well, you got to get it out before the podcast starts.
Yes, but we recorded it, so we now have a fart and a burp from no other than Cynthia.
Thank
Blooper
you.
rule.
That's what I'm here for. The laughs.
The comedy.
Because
the funny
I
noises.
don't know anything else. So.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, welcome to the podcast once again.
Thank you.
This is like 2 podcasts in a row, even though it's been like a month since the last one.
That's
right. So, success.
True. Yeah, no, it's going good.
Success.
If you guys could see the studio we're in right now, though, if we had like a video camera, it's looking pretty good. I'm just
I
saying.
actually have a webcam now.
Oh, well, don't turn it on
I'm
because
not
I
turning it
haven't
on
done my
'cause
hair.
Cynthia will run away.
But
yeah, I don't.
Cynthia
Screen
doesn't
time.
like to do video.
No.
I should turn it on and not say anything next time and see what happens.
we haven't shaved in like a year, so.
That's okay. I certainly haven't. I haven't cut my hair either.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is
See,
true. It's been longer than a year. It's been like a year and a month.
However long you guys have been married, that's how long I've
A
had
year
my-
and a month.
No.
There we are.
Yep.
There we are. The other manly voice you hear
Well, I don't know if I go
coming
that far.
through the newer NW30
Yes.
microphone that costs $30
In-
with a boom.
In this corner,
In this
wearing
corner,
the blue shorts.
we have Dan. Dan,
Hi.
how are you, sir?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad I've got the good microphone.
Yeah, you probably sound way better than we do right now, I'm sure.
I might. I
Hey,
sound
hey,
pretty good.
he said I sound wonderful.
Yeah, but
You
he's
do.
also the only one that has a headphone, so
something that helps is being able to adjust the equalizer a little bit.
Yeah.
So you guys both sound like you're on high PR40s.
I don't know what that means.
It's a really nice microphone.
All right.
that was the supercomputer. HAL? No,
Nope.
I was way off, wasn't I?
Yep.
Okay, well I tried.
Wait, from that movie?
Yeah,
The worst movie ever?
yeah.
So boring.
I don't know.
That.
It was so boring. Sorry.
It's really
side
bad.
side
And
side
we
plot.
weren't anywhere near that kind of tech in 2001.
Nope.
Yeah, disappointing.
Not even.
Very
not even
disappointing.
close.
You let us down, Hollywood. That was the thing.
How many
that let
times?
us
But
down.
that happens all the time. So
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's weird. We had to watch that in school. And
Really?
yeah, in high school, they had us watch it. They were like, it's one of the most important films ever. And we watched it. And I was like, A, this is boring. B,
This is
there's no
boring?
iPhones. So it's not very,
It's not
There
realistic.
is a big black tablet at the beginning, though.
really big.
But then BlackBerry went down the tubes. So
They're back, man. People are liking the new Key
Did you
2.
see? I was just going to
Really?
say, I just watched the Unbox Therapy thing for that.
Yeah,
and
they're liking it.
I'm tempted if I had money. But yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
took some of the stuff they did in the past. The keys are touch sensitive like they were on the Passport.
ooh, I like that
So
about the
that's
Passport.
kind of cool. They also have stuff they had in the past where you can speed dial things or speed website things by holding down a button on your keypad, which is something you could do with the older Blackberries.
Hmm.
Pretty.
So bringing in their little features, making
Yeah,
it
it's
their
just
own.
still too much money. I still
Yeah.
can't get one. So
That's the problem with a lot of phones. A lot of them are really expensive.
yeah, like I got my new Xiaomi.
Yeah, Xiaomi's not bad.
Redmi 5 Plus, which is a really nice phone, and it's a third the price of the BlackBerry.
Yeah,
No keyboard.
which is a letdown.
There we are. We're here to talk about tech, but we're also going to actually go back and look at E3 because we never got a chance to actually finish off our thoughts. Everything went crazy. They moved.
Yep, that happened. Sort of.
And
It's still
then-
happening, kind of.
Crap hit the fan.
It's eternal.
Everything is in our house. It's just not in
Moving
the proper
is an
places.
eternal process.
Yeah,
It never stops.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If anyone has lived in a place for a long time and hasn't moved, you probably have a lot more crap than you think you do. We learned that the hard way.
Yeah,
It
and I
was-
moved.
And your house didn't look like it was full.
It did. It looked pretty
No.
empty, but
Yeah.
wow, that took a long time to clean.
And I came to you with 2 suitcases and a box
Yeah. So I don't know where I got all
when
that
I moved
stuff.
in, so it's your fault.
Well, I think people slowly snuck in our stuff that they hoarded from childhood.
Yeah,
Certain
why?
parents of both of ours probably
Yeah,
snuck in some stuff.
Weird stuff.
So
Anyways,
we've gone to screensaver, Jeff.
Yeah, no, we're on the screensaver mode now.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Let's talk about a few things about tech.
let's do some tech.
Cynthia's going to finish folding clothes.
Well, you know,
we don't have a washer and dryer right now,
so
so we have
we're
to
borrowing.
come here
Yeah.
to use a washer and dryer. Okay?
Come on,
Hey, you
guys wanted to see me.
You were.
Come on.
Well, yeah.
Come on.
I wanted to wash my clothes. They're dirty.
But you're pretty cool too.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
fine.
All right, Dan.
Yo.
Tech news.
All right.
We're up.
I'm
We're
getting
up to
my.
the plate.
All right. I'm getting my phone out
We're
here.
to the center line. What do you do in hockey?
Hockey. You
Yeah.
take a face off.
Face off. It's face off.
Center
time.
dot, man.
Wait,
It's
no,
time
that's
off
not.
the face.
That doesn't sound safe.
No, you keep your face on, but you take a face off.
What?
You don't.
No,
you
you're-
take
Who
your
are you
face off
taking
like
the face-
Persona. What? I don't know.
Whose
no.
face are you taking off?
Guys, sports metaphors. Just not even a metaphor. That's just a straight up sports thing.
Why are we sportsing right now?
Well, I said up to the plate, and I'm like, well, Dan likes hockey, so what's the thing for that? But it doesn't work. I guess.
I don't
Center
even
dot,
know.
man. Center
I'm
ice.
sorry.
To center ice.
This is why I'm here. Yeah. I
Look,
don't
we
know.
had a real good game. Put some pucks on the net, but it just didn't work out in our favor. Oh, sorry, I got into
Some pucks on the net?
Yeah, you watch a hockey interview, it's really boring. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hockey interviews are dumb. All right, let's do technology.
Technology interviews are way better.
We sportsed real hard, but the other team was sportsier than we were.
Yes.
They
Isn't that what
really
it is?
sportsed.
They
Yeah,
Pretty
really
much.
sports.
they really sportsed.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, everyone.
All right, Dan. We
Yo.
got AMD news. That's what we always say.
AMD.
Yep.
I never heard of them. Who is AMD? Go on.
Advanced Micro Devices, Dan. They've been around
Oh.
for a long time.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
Nope.
Well, that's interesting because I have several computers with their CPUs.
It's not like
in it.
you've talked about them on every single podcast since the beginning of podcasts. But anyway, continue.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
up? What's AMD doing today?
All right, Dan. Get ready for this.
Ready.
Apparently, the AMD Zen design has been licensed by a Chinese manufacturer, and it's going to be called the Hygon Diana.
That sounds like.
Like Princess Diana?
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like Wonder Woman.
But Hygon.
like a title she would hold.
Yeah, she's the Hygon
The
Diana.
Hygon.
I am Hygon!
Wait. So if Diana became a dictator, she'd be the High
High
God
God, yeah.
Diana.
Or a queen. Probably just the queen. But anyway, yes, the Chinese company.
So this is interesting. We have a Chinese company that's actually went out of the way and licensed something for once,
Yes.
as opposed to what they've been doing with memory lately and stealing.
It. Well, I heard. Okay, so I did do some reading on this subject.
Okay, all right.
And I think AMD is more of an AMD initiative, from what I can tell, where they're being kind of not sneaky, but they're getting around certain U.S. technology export laws and blocks by
yeah, actually, and
by
they gotta
owning
be
a company.
Really, really careful about this too,
Yes.
because I could see this biting them in the butt.
because I think Intel had the same problem, or had a problem with, if I remember right, with their Xeon processors because they were being used for nuclear applications, and the U.S. was like, we're not allowing that. But from what I can tell, AMD technically owns the majority of a shell company that is part of this Chinese company, and therefore it is okay. What's your take on it?
I don't like the fact that they're licensing their CPU to the Chinese. I think the Chinese steal enough; they can figure it out on their own.
Well, they
That's
could,
my
but now they
problem
make
with
money. See, that's the thing. Now they get Chinese processors that make money as opposed to them
Well,
just taking.
AMD instead is making money off licensing as opposed to them stealing it from them.
Yeah.
But I would rather see China, I don't know, design something of their own.
Well, that'd be more
Which
interesting
they haven't
for
been
us.
able to do. They haven't done that once for anything.
Then we can podcast about that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, actually.
But yeah, so now we got, what do they call it? We got Zen based. They're like basically Epic CPUs, right?
They're Epic CPUs, and they're only going to be, they're supposed to be only sold in China, but that won't happen.
Oh,
Guarantee you will see them showing up in our market somehow. And I don't like that.
on the slow boat via Newegg.
Well, something via something, and my problem is that the Chinese, even though they say these are basically identical to Epic except for the numbers on them, Chinese always cut corners somewhere.
Yeah,
We'll see. We'll see.
we'll see.
See what happens.
I mean, depending on how cheap it gets, because, you know, they would use can get it cheaper. It might be a worthy science experiment. Where did they go wrong? Or did they just copy it exactly? Yeah. We'll see.
Of course, we have no idea if these are going to be now they say they're epic ones, so we still don't know if they're going to be based on. Well, after we were rudely interrupted by my mom, not really. She's nice.
Are we just gonna make everyone believe you live in your parents' basement?
Well, I do, except it's not the basement. It's the closest thing we have. If we had a basement, it'd be flooded every year.
That's
I
true.
also feel like all our credibility just went out the window.
We have none. We don't have any.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
We
best
don't
part.
live here.
I don't live here.
Yeah.
You don't live
I don't
here.
live. Why would I live at your parents' place?
I don't know.
That would be weird. Anyway.
So continuing
wait,
on,
we did that.
We did that.
Continuing.
We did.
we're basically done talking about the Chinese CPUs. We do have more Ryzen news though.
Rising up.
We have some E-series Ryzen 2000 series chips coming out.
E for
Usually
efficient.
energy efficient and usually cheaper.
E
So-
for cheap.
Yay!
What?
So they're lower wattage is what they are. They're gonna be 45 watt units.
Excellent. That means you can use those Noctua coolers with the low noise adapter so they don't sound like anything.
There you go.
Because they're sub 65W.
There we
Sub
are.
65 dub. That's what Noctua says.
Dubba dubba. Yeah! So they're a little bit slower, but that's not any surprise. Consider it like I bought the 8320E FX processor,
Yes.
and it was rated quite a bit slower.
But you
because it had lower
OC'd that.
TDP, but I OC'd it and it ended up being just as
almost as good as the 8350, right?
yeah, and it used just as much power. So it was just
So it's the same chip, just,
just
set to run lower if you let it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
so these are basically the same idea.
Awesome. So I can buy one of those. But can it play Crysis?
Probably.
Probably. I think anything can play Crysis these days.
Yeah, I don't think that would be an issue.
No. But that's the age old.
The age-old question,
Benchmark.
but can it play Crysis?
Yes, I believe Intel also released some specs for some really low energy.
Is there
chips.
really?
I believe they're called Whiskey Lake.
Oh, okay, I missed that one.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Whiskey Lake.
Whiskey Lake. They're doing some weird lake. It's like they had Coffee Lake and
There's
like
a
Cannon Lake and like an ice lake. They get like all these lakes. I don't know. Lakes of something. Anyway,
Lake of Coffee.
It's
They
just a
keep
name.
coming out with right now. They just keep coming out with the same
Yeah.
stuff over and over again and giving them new names.
with lakes, but they're
Wait.
all lakes.
Yeah,
That sounds
and-
like something else I know. Like Skyrim.
Sky Lake? There was a Sky Lake. I have a chip. You also have a Sky Lake chip.
Mhm.
Oh.
We're cool.
How can a
I
lake
have
be
I have a lake chip that I don't know what it's called.
There's
But
a
it-
lake.
how
It's
can a
Celeron.
sky be
Which
a
is
lake
mine?
and a
Is it
lake be a
KB Is
sky?
it KB Lake?
I think so. KB Lake based
Is that the
Celeron?
8,000?
No, that's
the 8,000.
coffee. That's coffee.
Coffee Lake, because
Yeah.
I like it.
Coffee Lake.
What?
They need a tea
And,
lake.
but so Intel loves their lakes and
Earl
AMD
Grey
loves their
Lake.
ridges.
Yes, lakes
Ridges.
and ridges.
What?
Yeah, their code names are like Summit Ridge and Raven Ridge and like all those ridges.
And Ridge.
Ridge.
Ridge Racer.
Yes.
Sorry.
Red Ridge.
So it's cool to see some more efficient chips coming.
Fish and chips?
I thought you said fish.
Efficient chips.
I thought you said fish and chips.
Sorry.
Too. What, yeah,
I
said
heard
fish-
I
fish and
do
chips.
like fish and chips. Your eyes like, well, I want fish and chips.
I believe
Yeah.
those the Whiskey Lake used were like the like super low, like 15 watt TDP, like mobiles. Apparently, they can clock up to 4.5 turbo, which is pretty impressive, at least at face
Isn't that what
value.
I'm talking about? This one. Yeah, I know. I did talk about. I do have the thing on this.
Oh, do you? I didn't see it on the agenda.
no, I don't. Never mind.
Anyway,
This one's not that. Okay, never mind.
yes, if you.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too.
Well, so we're talking about Intel. We can also talk about.
Sorry, I derailed it.
They're talking about. We're getting news. We're getting leaks on the new 9000 series coming out. Rumors are the i5 will be six cores hyper-threaded. That's nice.
That's like the same as the
And,
i5
of
net,
course,
but with
the-
hyper-threading.
The i7 is going to be an 8-core hyper-threaded. So
Yeah, so they're
what
up
a
in their game,
surprise, but it'll still be the same chips,
but they're more cores.
but more cores.
So basically, what AMD did.
yeah, except not modular.
Intel's just
not
behind
smart,
the times.
Not smartly modular.
No, they don't have Infinity Fabric. So
But yeah, they're doing that. We also have other news about AMD. We may see a new Polaris-based video card
but why Polaris?
because Polaris is great.
Yeah, but the next one, Navi.
But it's not coming soon enough.
Hey, listen.
Listen.
No.
Yeah. Sorry if that blew your eardrums.
It
All right.
was good though. It was good.
But it's going to be Polaris 30, they call it. supposedly, and on a 7. Well, I guess it is a Navi chip. That's what they say here.
Mm-hmm.
But they're calling it
Navi.
Polaris.
Navi Polaris? That makes no
I'm so confused.
sense.
No, wait. Let me read this.
Okay,
The
let's.
rumor around the net today concerns AMD's new generation of GPUs, the 12-nanometer Polaris 30 update. Oh, 2 different ones. Okay.
Okay, there's 2.
Polaris 30
Right.
and the 7-nanometer Navi chip.
All right.
And they're figuring we may see the new Polaris by the end of the year.
Okay.
So we're finally going to get some
RX 680s?
580Xs.
Oh, they're X's.
Maybe
They're going back to the 580X maybe.
Or maybe we'll see a 590. Or maybe they're
590.
going to go into the 600 series, which I think would be stupid.
Well, they're using up their numbers fast, but
Yeah, they sure are.
but
And this
not fast enough,
this
darn
whole
it.
time Nvidia's been sitting back.
Well, they don't need to do anything. A,
No.
and 2, there was that whole thing about them having that huge stockpile because they overestimated.
Yes,
the
they're going to have
cryptocurrency
GPUs for quite a while.
Wasn't it like 300,000 or something
cards,
that
yeah.
they overestimated
300,000 cards, yeah.
that people sent back because they're like,
Yeah.
we don't need this
Yeah.
many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one.
Wow.
I got 1070 Ti.
Yeah. You got it for a
They're
decent
cheap
price.
now, man.
They're going down.
They're 650, but you can get a 1080 for 650 now here
But-
again in Canada. We're
Yeah.
in that position again here in
All
Canada.
right, that's where I got mine at. So,
Yeah. So-
way back in the day.
At Canada.
No, it's
At
$650.
Oh,
At.
see, that's what I got
In
from
Canadian
this.
dollars.
Okay.
At Canada.
Sorry.
Although
Why
at
am
the
I
time,
here?
the Canadian dollar was a little bit more. worth
You
more
are
at the
here
time.
because you were going to talk about E3, which is what we're going to transition into right now.
right now.
Ho-ho!
Wow, I did
After
that.
this message.
Right after this message from our sponsor. Okay, let's go.
Good job, sponsor.
Well done. Okay. We got news. All right. This is sort of in the opposite order of what all the things came out, but I sort of used one site to remember what all the stuff came out.
Mhm.
Let's talk about Nintendo. Anybody see anything about Nintendo?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I didn't watch the full press conference
Okay.
I didn't.
because I don't have a Nintendo.
I do.
And from what I can tell, most of what I saw was about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I used to love Super Smash Bros., but I kind of lost interest the last iteration.
I did not like the Wii version, and I did
Mm.
not like the Wii U version. I didn't like how the controls were.
Agreed.
But
Now, the original was fun. Melee was awesome. And
Melee's
people still play Melee.
fantastic, man.
But, yeah, ever since then I've been like, well, it's not bad, but it's not.
So I'm excited for this. I'm pretty excited for this. It's going to have all the characters on it by default, except you have to unlock them.
right.
So
As
you
usual.
start with a small roster and you unlock them as you go, which will suck for me
See,
because I'll
I-
never get the cool characters. But
I know why Jeff's interested in this game.
because I have a Switch,
Because it has a certain character in it.
which one?
A big one you're a big fan of.
Well, I like Cloud, but
Cloud.
he's on the Wii U as well.
I know, but they have all of them in Cloud. You play in the game with Cloud. Let's
I
be
don't play
honest.
with Cloud. I play with Kirby, man.
You play Kirby?
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
I love Kirby.
You've startled me.
I love Kirby. Kirby's great in Smash Bros. I could care less about his games, but I love him
In
in
Smash
Smash
Bros.
Bros.
No.
Yeah, so,
Pikachu.
You played Pikachu?
Pikachu always, you just call down that thunder and just murdered everyone.
I
It was
caught
great.
I caught a Pikachu finally for the first time on Pokemon Go.
Wait, people
And he
still
has
play
a
that?
summer hat.
Is that good? I don't
don't
go.
know if it's good, but it's awesome.
Are you the
just
only
never caught
person
Pikachu.
playing that still?
Actually, they've got a huge following again. So
Oh.
there's a lot more Pokemon out there.
That explains the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which is another subject with the Nintendo E3
Yeah,
conference.
so I didn't put that down here, but I'm actually interested in that now because
Okay.
I'd like to be able to transfer some of my Pokemon from there too.
Yeah.
And if they add integration with that, be able to choose or take Pokemon from Pokemon Go into the new game,
See, that would
like
be
the
more
actual
interesting.
Pokemon game, which I think is very possible. Ooh.
But right now, I'm just not interested. I'm sorry. It's not interesting. So they come out with an actual, game.
Well, you do get the game with them if you go to the gyms and whatever.
Yes.
Until they
You need
come
to
out
tap the screen a bunch.
with a Pokemon park, like Jurassic Park, where you can go out and physically go capture some bloody Pokemon.
And then the Pokemon
That's-
try to get out and try to kill you.
Yeah, that sounds
That
great.
is the only way I'm gonna get interested in this Pokemon Go.
Fair enough. Fortnite launched
and
on the Switch. There's big news, and it's been controversial lately.
has it?
Yes.
Hasn't Fortnite been out
because
forever?
Well, no.
Well, Fortnite has been around for several years, except not in this iteration.
Oh boy.
The Battle Royale thing is somewhat new.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now it's on Nintendo. And Reggie pretended to play it.
Yeah, isn't that great?
I was like, no, Reggie, no.
What?
So the reason it's controversial right now is all these different systems have the ability to connect to the who runs that thing? It's shoot, who does that?
Fortnite Incorporated. Was it Epic?
Yes,
Epic, right?
Epic. Yeah, Epic. You can connect your game console accounts to Epic's accounts so that you can go in between.
I know what happened here.
Now, initially, this wasn't a big deal because Microsoft already does this. If you do this and you attach if you play Fortnite on the Xbox, and then you want to play on the PC, you have to connect your accounts.
Mm-hmm.
But since there aren't as many people doing it, it wasn't a big deal because what's happened now is that everybody realizes it's on the Switch and on the PlayStation. Well, Sony allows you to go with the PC and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Or not Sony, Nintendo does. Nintendo does. Sony's not letting.
Sony is being its usual Sony self.
But the only ones it's excluding is the other consoles.
Yes.
It's still available
Sony
to
has
every other platform.
Sony has opened up with PC lately, which I really appreciate. They're opening up with it, which I like because I'm a PC player. And I'm like, yeah, maybe one day I'll get to the point where I can just play my PlayStation games on my PC. That'd be great. Speaking of which, I pre-ordered Yakuza 0 on the PC because I wanted to play it.
Well done.
But anyway, but they're really in competition with the other consoles. And while other consoles are kind of open to it, Sony seems to be like
only Nintendo is.
Microsoft doesn't want it either.
They haven't opened.
They seem to go back and forth. Microsoft's like sometimes we're like, yeah, cross compatibility, and sometimes we're like, no, we're good. Sony's just pretty much hard no. Nintendo's like, whatever, man, let's do our own thing.
Yeah. So anyway, gamers are pretty upset about this because they realize they can't do that. So a lot of them from the PlayStation wanted to put their game onto the Switch so that they can play on the Switch on the go. Mm-hmm. Which, to me, honestly, is probably a small group of people because there are way more PlayStations out there than there are Switches.
Now, Switches, there are a lot, so I think it might be bigger than you think.
Not that big.
Not as big as PlayStation.
Not nearly as big.
But wasn't it actually locking them out?
Yeah, they can't do it.
Once they're on the Sony, you can't use your Epic Games account to do anything else, or not Epic Games or whatever the Fortnite account is.
Well,
it's locked out.
You can't.
You have to make another account.
You can't use that account on the Switch. You have to make a new one. Yeah.
Which is really annoying.
But it's the same with Microsoft. So I actually don't have a problem with this. So I'm going to be the bad guy today, but it's the way it is.
It seems a little petty to me. Like just a touch. Like
I don't think so.
They're still playing on PlayStation.
You've got all these different platforms, just those two that aren't an issue. Mm-hmm. And most of those people that have those, they'd probably have the Switch. You can play it on your phone. And most of those people that have that kind of stuff are more than happy to do that, which bugs the crap out of me. But
yeah,
it's something you can do.
If you think about it, though, isn't that kind of, at least at this point in time, isn't that kind of helping Nintendo more than it hurts them? In a way? Because everything that they've bought in the game, assuming they spend money, they bought on PlayStation up to this point because it's new on Nintendo. So now if they want to buy that stuff, they'll have to buy it again on Switch, which gives Nintendo money. Yeah. So that doesn't really help Sony out that much.
Well, it does because they still want you to buy that stuff on Sony's store.
Yeah, I could see it in the future. It's costing them maybe a little. But
potentially it could be enough. But
I'm sure that's.
I mean that'll be the reason why they're not unlocking it.
But in the immediate, now, it's kind of helping Nintendo more than it's hurting them. Well, it depends, I guess.
I don't know if it's helping Nintendo any, because most of those people aren't going to want to make a new account, especially if they've spent a lot of time on the Fortnite account that they already have, right?
Yeah.
So, but
I
still
they have
think you have plenty
what
of
it comes
places
down to,
you can have access to the game.
Yeah. But what it comes down to is it's the age old I want to play this on the thing that my friends are playing it on. So if they have friends that are on the Switch, they'll still switch over. No pun intended. Yep.
Well, like I said, it doesn't bother me that Sony's doing this. So people are going to be upset about it, but
Well, I think there's a
If Microsoft was in the big position like Sony is now, they are just the same as that right now. But everybody would be mad at them. So
yeah.
you know.
Well, I mean, I think that it's both positions are fair positions. Sony's got every right to do that.
Yep.
And gamers have every right to be disappointed in that, I think. So, you know.
So I don't care.
I don't play Fortnite.
I don't like Fortnite. So.
But in my opinion, anything the more cross-platform we have, the better. At least in my opinion. But this is a pretty isolated case, at least for me, because I don't play Fortnite. But
Sony, do you guys have anything interesting from Sony that you liked?
I did watch the Sony. You kind of watched it a little bit with me, didn't you, Cynthia? A little bit.
Yeah.
The Sony. Sony's conference was weird. I don't know if you caught any of that, Jeff, or were you not around for that one?
Sony's conference?
Yeah.
I watched it afterwards.
Okay.
So
it was
I saw a bunch of
weird.
Very
That whole
So-
rooms transition thing that took 25 minutes was really annoying.
I
Kind of
didn't-
cool, but really annoying at the same time.
I
Stupid.
didn't care for
Yeah.
the setup, especially when last year it was a normal conference, but they had like the whole orchestra
Yeah.
doing stuff. I
This
thought
time
that was
they-
a good conference. This year was
They let it with Banjo Man and the flute guy.
yeah.
And it was like, I mean, okay, so what they focused on like 4 games, which I think was a good strategy. The problem was they tried to get a little fancy, would have the people in that room, which transitioned into the trailer that was in that same room, which was kind of a cool idea. But then you have to transition your entire crowd, and it takes 20 minutes, and we're all sitting around going like, listening to the panel shill PlayStation for 25 minutes. It's not a good way to do it. But the games they showed were kind of interesting. The 4 games that they focused on, especially, I think.
One of the biggest ones was Death Stranding.
Death Stranding,
Blah.
which is still, I have no idea what you're supposed to do.
No one understands what it's about.
Kojima's weird, man. That's
Kojima
all.
probably doesn't even know.
No. I figured it out.
Yeah,
Tell us your
It's an
theory.
entire game of fetch quests.
probably.
That's literally what I figured out, because all I could figure, from all of the crap that they gave us throughout that extremely long, arduous trailer that they thought was cryptic, which was, because it didn't make sense. I have a feeling it's a game that's not going to make sense no matter what, and then fans of him are going to like go off the deep end and like write their own novels based on it. And I'm sorry if that's what you want to do, whatever.
So it's the Dark Souls of fetch quests.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
Because it looks like he's somebody who delivers stuff. Mr.
magical babies,
X
from what I
Walking
can
Dead
tell.
man.
Yeah.
So
He's a magical baby delivery man. He is the stork.
Yeah, he's
Whoa.
the actual stork. Yeah.
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 And I know everyone's like making fun of it, but I feel like everyone's gonna play this, and as soon as this game comes out, it's gonna be all over the internet like crazy, and I'm still not gonna want to play it. I just think it looks too much. Just too much.
It went a bit.
Like,
What was
there's
that? Okay,
games
was there
that
a
are
mechanic,
weird, and
did
then-
they show a mechanic where they had like a baby that was like levitating him on the water or something funny? I didn't quite understand what. Anyway,
in the
there's a lot
inner
of
room.
babies.
Yeah.
And then there's these like ghosts that the baby can reveal is out there, and you have to hide from them and all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, the shadow beasts.
Yeah, because they're gonna do crap to you or whatever.
Yeah, those are probably just big bear babies.
I don't know.
Something to do with babies. That's all.
Everything has to do with it.
So weird.
Like, does Norman Reedus know what he signed on for? Does he know?
I don't know. He's just walking around in the motion cap room. He doesn't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Now walk over here. Okay.
Look
Pretend
perplexed.
to hold a
When
baby.
do I get to pull up my crossbow? You don't have one.
You don't have one.
But you do have a baby.
But
No.
you don't
that's-
have to pull it out.
But you get to turn the baby on and off like a light bulb.
Well, you don't turn the baby on and off. You turn the light bulb on and off.
Go,
And then the baby goes.
I choose you.
It's
Use
weird.
levitation windmill, whatever
Just,
that was.
I mean, I understand doing like weird whatever, and people want to be like meta and weird stuff, but it's like
it's almost
it's
too
just-
weird.
This
but we'll
looks
see.
too much.
Speaking of too much,
I also feel like it's going to take another 3 years before it'll come out, anyways.
sure.
And then by
It may never come out.
that's what I'm guessing.
It's got Kingdom Hearts syndrome, which is actually coming out apparently.
Yes,
But anyway,
it is.
quote, yeah, air quotes, yeah.
it's got Final Fantasy remake syndrome. It's never coming out.
Nope.
Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy VII remake, yes. But I was gonna say, speaking of over the top, Last of Us, the next one.
2.
Last of Us the 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's almost too realistic.
So, see, I really liked the trailer, the first trailer they had out for it, where like she was like getting beat to crap. Not that I want her to be beat to crap. I just thought, okay, this looks really interesting.
But yeah,
but I hadn't played through the previous game. I didn't realize she was a lesbian. And all right, I'm not going to get too political or anything. I'm just saying I don't like that. It's not. You can be whatever you want. All right, I'm going to say that right now. But why do I have to be forced to play all these games that have all these other sexes in the lead? You know what I mean?
Well, there's only one other one.
One other one
that is in the lead in this game.
In that game, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. But I feel like the percentage is off because almost every game has to have this now. It's like TV shows. There's always a gay guy. You know?
Yeah.
But that's not really realistic because it's a very small part of the population.
Well, it's just how they want to write it, I guess. I don't...
It doesn't add anything to it.
Well...
They're doing it because they got such a big, like... thumbs up from everyone from
the
DLC
the gaming community's all about that.
No,
stuff.
from the DLC that they had with her like friend or whatever thing, and that one.
But
I don't really care about that. I'm just not actually. I am so past zombie games. I really don't want to see anymore. That's all.
Think the zombie game has played its hand.
It's been a lot of zombie. Yeah, it's too much zombie.
I don't think there's a lot of life.
I've agreed with that for like 10 years. So anyway.
Well, you've been agreeing with that just since it
forever,
became a game.
Pretty much. Yeah. I was like, yeah, all right, it was a good zombie game, and then it was like, all right, that's enough. And then 10 years later, it's still.
But
happening.
can't people just leave a game alone? Like, can't they just like it's like movies? How every movie has to have a sequel. Can't you just leave it and like leave it in the beauty of what it was? That game, the story in the first Last of Us was wonderful, and I thought it ended.
I loved how that game
good.
started.
It was horrible.
And then I got bored.
The start was like teary.
Yeah,
tearjerker.
It worked, didn't it?
It did.
Now, which worked more, Ori or the beginning?
Oh, they're pretty sad.
I know. Ori's so sad. I love Ori.
Speaking of zombies and not Ori, there's also a Resident 2 Evil remake coming.
Yeah.
That I'm pretty excited about.
Everyone was.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
I don't think anyone was expecting that.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool. Ghost of Tsushima.
This
one is actually one I've been interested in since they announced it last year, and nobody else seemed to know what it was. But
it's very pretty.
It looks awesome.
It looks like it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So
I love stories about revenge. It's gonna be great.
Revenge.
It's gonna be really good.
I'm sort of a samurai, so I'm gonna revenge on you.
Yeah. Well, why not? We do the cowboys thing all the time.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
A lot
Red
of
Dead Redemption. That's coming out soon.
2.
October. I'm ready.
2.
Yes.
Nobody can make interesting names. They're just 2.
2.
The number 2.
We are here, and we are waiting.
2. No.
Oh,
but that wasn't really to Sony. Sorry, I was a sidetrack. Talking about Cowboys. That was like Red Dead Redemption.
I know.
PC gaming show. There's only one thing I wanted to know from that. Star Citizen is now on its 32-second alpha.
What?
Oh, it's back again on alpha.
It's 30-second alpha.
Did they? Okay, I watched most of the PC. It was a little bit
Shouldn't
slow.
Shouldn't it be in beta by now?
No.
Only
alpha.
They keep
and
redoing
you can only play if you're in the alpha. And you have to be invited to it. So
see, I wanted to play Star Citizen for a long time because it looked kind of cool. But then they keep delaying or redoing it on a different engine and spending more money on it. And I'm like, just
it's the game where the developers are having way too much fun making it, and not releasing.
Well, okay. To be fair, the goals were way too high.
They are.
But at this point, I mean, you're never gonna live up to hype now, anyways. Like, you might as well put out something that's good. People will be like, "Well, it doesn't live up to hype, but it's still good."
We know at this point, no matter what they do, it would be better than No Man's Sky. I think you can say that.
That's pretty fair. I think
everything is better than No Man's Sky.
Well, it's improved apparently with some later patches, but I can't get it to run on a computer, so lucky me. Ubisoft, our favorite friends at Ubisoft, because Canada.
Oh look, another Assassin's Creed. Who would have thought?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey is coming out on October 5th.
You guys are so cynical.
It's Assassin's Creed.
Have you played any?
Look, I played one,
Yeah.
the first one.
Yeah.
It was good. I played the second one.
Altair.
I played the second one. The second one was all right. When people said they liked it, I got kind of bored of it at that point. Came back for 4 because it had ships, and that was an awesome game because of the ships.
That's the only part I liked. I only played the first few minutes where you could actually do that, and then I didn't play it anymore.
Then I played Unity because I liked 4 so much, and Unity was hot garbage. So bad. And I never went back. So, but apparently Origins was good. I mean, it's still Assassin's Creed, but they're actually improving the formula. I feel like they're actually changing it a little, which is good. The setting is cool.
The new setting, I don't care for at
What?
all.
Greece?
Don't care for it.
No.
I don't care for the
They
Egypt
don't have
setting
very
either.
tall buildings.
Look, if Origins goes on sale for cheap, I might try.
Superman wouldn't have to jump very
Superman would just step.
high. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if Origins comes on cheap, I want to try it. I just don't want to buy it like full price and then be like, this is just like Unity again because I got burned. Last time I got burned.
Burn.
I wanted the French
Feel
Revolution
the
one to
burn.
be
You
good.
felt the burn.
The French Revolution one should have been good.
It was not.
It should have been like a crap ton of espionage and awesomeness.
Yeah,
but
it was horrible.
It wasn't.
When it ran, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Sometimes it didn't run. But anyway, that one, it doesn't. I mean, I'm not going to play it right away. Let's be
So
honest, but
you like the ship bits to that, though?
yeah,
Speaking of ship bits,
that new,
Skull and Bones,
which is basically just the ship bits
basically the ship bits in a game
from Black Flag. Yeah, it looks kind of cool.
As long as the playing on the ships is good.
Yeah,
Because actually, I don't care much about pirate stuff, but I really like the ship stuff.
yeah,
And the trailer looked really fun.
it did.
Yeah, that looks good. That's sometime in 2019.
Is that going to be better than the other pirate
Sea
game
of Thieves.
that no one likes?
Sea of Thieves isn't a game. Sea of Thieves is fun. It's a shell of a game.
I
This
feel
looks
like-
like an actual maybe
Isn't that
game.
what every game is now? It's
No,
a
but
ship.
like, this
Yeah.
is an actual like. There's no quests. There's no plot. You get told to go find treasure chests and or kill skeletons, and you do. And it's fun when you play with
So
a bunch
it's
of
like
buddies
No
and
Man's Sky.
sort of
No
with
plot.
pirates. No Man's Sea,
Yeah.
No Man's Sea.
but
It
like
kinda
there's
makes
less
it-
in it. So No Man's Sky actually has more. Than
know what?
No Man,
It's
or
kind
Sea
of
of Thieves.
they're just they're pulling on like people's like inner kids and their imaginations. I think because I think what they're going for is
Yes.
here is a semi-filled playground. Go out with your friends and play while we watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like it's like the parents giving you, here's a ball, find
Go
a
for it.
friend, and have some
And
fun.
then team up and get your ship, ram it into someone else's ship, steal their treasure, and then run. That's what we did.
I know, you guys laughed a lot
because we didn't. It was a lot of fun, but we didn't really play the game. We pretty much just went around stealing other people's treasure because there's nothing.
There's
else to
nothing.
do.
I think the thing is, there's nothing to achieve.
Yeah.
And I know people are
really.
sick of achievements, but you have to
It doesn't
do
progress.
something. You have to, yeah.
There's no progression.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it. I had fun, but there's nothing in it. So, which is really disappointing.
Sounds like a glowing review.
So yes and no.
Oh, okay.
If all you're after is fun, Sea of Thieves has some. If you actually want like lasting fun and like you want to accomplish something or like play a
Lasting
normal
fun.
game, you don't have, especially if you don't have any friends to play with,
If you want lasting fun, play Persona 4
or 5.
or 5.
Persona 5 is the best game of the year forever.
Well, for the year that it came out.
You
haven't
said
finished Persona 4 yet.
you
can't
said
say that.
you said Dan, you said that, and I typed this so it's in the texting world.
Mhm.
You said that Persona 5 was the second best game of the decade
Yes. I agree with that.
behind Mass Effect.
Mass Effect 3 came out.
The original Mass Effect?
No, that came out in 2008. It's not this decade.
Oh, okay. I see. All right.
Or 7? 7 maybe.
So
Anyway.
this next game is something I never really paid attention to originally, the first game. Beyond Good and Evil 2.
See, I never played Beyond Good and Evil, but
Never
this
played
one
it.
This game looks great.
looks cool.
Looks fantastic.
I want to play it.
Yeah, I actually didn't see this trailer. I saw it
Oh.
today. I watched it.
It looks cool, right?
Holy
They're gonna
crap.
make it. They're gonna make it so you don't have to had played the game first one, right? Or is
Well,
it?
it's a prequel.
It's a prequel, technically.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And it had your favorite actor in it,
Who?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh,
part
he
of
did
that.
the press play thing.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he's not in.
He's not in it, but he was in the E3
He's
presentation.
part of the. Yeah,
Not
he's
the
part of
game.
Yeah.
He's part of the content management in the game.
Yeah, because that's what he does for a living. Content management, like literally.
Yeah.
But he was on stage.
He
Yeah.
was on stage.
He was on
And
stage.
he was every bit of himself.
I like him.
He did have one stutter point, though, I noticed. But anyway,
What?
not a big deal. So, well, just one point, he just got lost for a second.
Yeah, we all do.
But,
Rude, Jeff.
he's not perfect.
What are you talking about? We never
Are
get
you
lost.
comparing him against all the other presenters? Because there were about 45 other presenters that were horrible.
Like the
He
guy,
did relatively well.
like the
compared to
Ubisoft
most.
guy that ran into the podium. That was really bad. I mean, obviously staged, but
No.
like,
Oh, that,
awful.
yeah.
The sports guys who were like, "Oh, look at this! I feel so honored to be next to this
the EA
trophy."
was that EA?
And he was waiting for an applause, and everyone's like, "What?"
What
The
is
FIFA
this
thing, you
trophy?
remember
We
that?
were looking at it too. We're
Yeah.
like, this is obviously something important.
Yeah, this is some kind of FIFA
We don't
trophy.
know what it is, though.
But
soccer
they,
thing.
but they also obviously didn't call up all of their fanboys or
No.
something like
No.
the
And
other.
And that was the
groups
worst part
did.
was when they were like, "Oh, you can now download and play the game for free," and then nobody,
No one
even
cared.
made a noise, and he was like, "Oh, okay, this is a rough crowd."
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody apparently cared about your soccer game. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sure many people on the internet were like, "Oh, that's awesome."
They
but,
don't
like,
really
people
need to
there,
advertise FIFA because
It
people
just
are gonna buy
sells.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They continually do it.
yeah.
But I don't know why they.
So, all right, Bethesda.
Bethesda was an interesting
I could care
one.
less about Bethesda, but yeah, I know.
I like Bethesda.
Does
Does that mean I get?
Eternal?
Does it mean I get to rant now?
You can in a minute
All right.
if you want to. Yeah, Doom Eternal.
Okay, you know what? I just finished playing the original Doom a couple
Well,
weeks ago.
not the original Doom.
The original new Doom.
The
The
original new
2016
Doom. The new Doom original.
I played the original Doom when I was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
It was a fun game. I sucked. But the Doom 2016, that was a lot of fun. I was surprised. I
I
thought
got to play through it. I played the demo and I actually really enjoyed it.
first I was like, this just looks creepy and gory, and then I played it and I was like, this is a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Scary. I was screaming a lot, running in circles.
Yeah. He
It
was.
yeah.
It made it hard for me to focus on my Dragon Age.
Yeah, you're playing Dragon Age in the other corner, and I was yelling about demons and shooting stuff, and yeah,
Yeah. I was like, "Stop it! I'm romancing Alistair. Stop it!"
cheating on me with Alistair. No, but anyway,
So Doom Eternal's coming.
when I first saw this press conference, I was like, oh, that's okay. You know, I didn't really play the other one. Now that I've played the 2016 one, I'm like actually kind of excited for this Doom Eternal.
All right.
It may be pretty fun.
Fair enough. Starfield.
Starfield, okay. I'm excited for Starfield.
I actually don't know much about
There's
this.
nothing. Starfield's been kind of like a rumor for a long time.
Okay.
Now it's actually announced, and they
Okay.
didn't show anything.
Okay,
really.
they didn't show anything.
It was
so we
just
know
it's like
we know we have a
space,
name.
and then
Space.
that's it.
The final Starfield.
But a Bethesda sci-fi RPG. I mean, Fallout's kind of sci-fi-y.
well, that is science fiction.
Yes.
actually, yeah.
But like actual space sci-fi from Bethesda seems really like a really cool idea.
Potentially.
Potentially.
I mean, they could do it right.
Yeah.
I would hope.
They
But-
they do good stuff.
I'm not a Fallout fan, so I
No.
don't really care.
Fallout 4 was my first Fallout, and I liked it. But a lot, actually.
Everybody likes Fallout 4.
No, there was a lot of people that hate Fallout 4.
Really? Because
Yeah.
everybody seems to be like, oh, Fallout 4.
The Fallout games are not for me.
But I'm,
There's two minds. There's the Fallout faithful that were like, this is so far removed from the original Fallouts that we hate it. And then there's like the Fallout people that like it that are just like, we like it because it's Fallout.
so that's like Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
You either really liked it because you like the modern Resident Evils, or you're like the people that like the original Resident Evils and absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's also the me's that have just started playing it. Are like, this is actually cool.
Yeah.
And have no other comparison. So
So
Okay.
you're the third.
I'm the third category.
Okay.
But they did do a new Fallout, which I thought was odd. But it's a different
Yeah,
kind of
there
Fallout.
was 76. I forgot
Fallout
to put that up
76.
there.
Which I'm
Yes.
going to try. But it's an online survival game, which is not what anyone wanted. I think we just wanted another Fallout game. At least from what I can tell. I would have preferred just a regular RPG rather than an online survival game. Because I kind of am more in single-player games now than multiplayer. But it might be fun.
You can
As soon
can
as
build
they
your
said
own nukes
multiplayer,
and blow
any
people up.
shred of interest I had,
Well,
gone.
here's the thing. Fallout, not really known for its gun mechanics. Okay? Nothing about Fallout 4 made me think, I wish I could play this against other people. Because the gunplay...
Well, part of the gunplay in that game is literally stopping
Yes.
gunplay and focusing
Now,
on
There's a lot of people that don't
certain
even
things.
that hate the VAT system. It's called, which is the slowdown thing in Target.
Yeah.
To me, the VATS was what made Fallout
See,
unique.
and that's
what
the
made
only
it
thing
interesting.
I thought that was sort of unique about
It was
the game.
super cool, and that's why I
Yeah.
did my luck-based build, which is hilarious and all about the VAT system, really. Where it was like random chance that you might get like ricochet, where like they'd ricochet and kill him anyways, even though you missed, or like the mysterious stranger would show up and shoot him for you. Like there's just like it was so funny.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, and that's what I loved about that game, was playing like that. In this new game, you obviously can't do that because you can't slow down time. If there's other people in the game, that wouldn't be fair or work in any way. And their shooting mechanics are frankly not great. They're not bad, but it's a pretty old engine, and they're updating it, but it doesn't seem like a good PvP model for me. There's no way, from what they've said, there's no way to play it single player. They said you can play it by yourself.
Single player on your own, but
Well, there's other people in the world.
yeah.
So that's not really single player. Like some of those survival games you can actually play on your own server by yourself. This isn't one of those. So, yeah.
They're gonna give people nukes.
Mm-hmm. That seemed like a bad idea.
That seemed like a horrible idea because that's all people are gonna do.
Cause like I don't know how that's gonna work. Because if you can build your own base and then someone can just nuke it,
Yeah.
that doesn't seem. I don't know. We'll see. I'm cautiously pessimistic. We'll see. We'll see how it ends up.
Zero interest.
It was one of the games that showed up at Walmart Canada for a pre-order for $50. So
Yeah,
was
that's
like,
fine.
all right. I have some friends that'll play on Xbox with me, so
Yeah.
let's do it.
I will say though, their presentation was the best though.
Really?
Their presentation was cringy up until they actually let Todd Howard out.
Well, that's
because
what I'm
Todd Howard
saying.
is awesome.
I actually watched the Ubisoft one today,
Yeah.
and I actually really liked it. I didn't like anything they really announced.
But the
But
conference?
Well, they started with this Just Dance routine
That was-
thing, and I
Ugh.
actually really enjoyed that.
Did you? Because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, not a good.
No,
they always start with the Just Dance. I'm
Okay,
like, all right, here we go.
I actually really enjoyed
Here
that.
we go. You know, there's always something there.
I like
That I hated, and I hated the guy that was trying to be funny by running into the podium. I was like, that's just.
Well,
Yeah, I see what you tried to do
that
there.
bit was silly, but
Didn't really work.
The
I knew exactly what it was for when they announced it, whatever that game's called, Trials or whatever.
but Bethesda's when they had like the rock band out there or whatever, which wasn't very rock bandish to me either. Though it was very weird.
That was really weird. That was the Rage.
I didn't
That was
understand
for Rage.
was
Yeah,
weird.
that was. See, that's what I mean. Like the beginning of that was like, this is so cringy, and then they got into Todd Howard, and I was like, all right, I like Todd. He's a cool guy.
All right, so I'm going to skip down past the next one to the last one, and then we're going to go back to the
Okay.
other one. Square Enix. This is all a big deal because they're like, oh, they're going to do something. There's going to be a web conference, but it's like, oh, everybody's so excited because they thought they're going to like hear some really cool stuff. You watch this, and it was
the most boring thing.
Yep.
Biggest waste of time ever. I could have gone on the internet and watched all of this on YouTube.
So from what I understand, because I didn't bother watching it either. From what I understand, it's basically all trailers of stuff we've seen already,
Yeah.
Mhm.
basically. Plus a little bit of talk about a couple new games coming. So Shadow of the Tomb Raider is coming,
Yeah.
Whoop-dee.
but we already knew this because it was announced somewhere else.
That's the thing. That was the problem with this
It's all
whole
announced.
E3 conference was everyone announced the same bloody games over and over and over
Oh, it
again.
wasn't a good E3.
It was horrible.
Dragon Quest IX, I'm super interested in that. I haven't watched anything for it. But I'm interested in
Everyone's into that.
that. Well, it's the only traditional RPG we're going to see anymore from Square
Yeah.
because they keep screwing up Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's over.
But
the
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 remake,
golden years are done.
But the 7 remake.
No, because it's not gonna be.
No,
it's not gonna be the
traditional
same.
RPG.
Oh yeah, right. It's action.
Action RPG.
It's gonna be
bullshit.
an action
FF15
RPG.
kind of setup.
Blech.
I saw the trailer.
Take the
Well,
tactics
that
out of
trailer
it.
isn't relevant anymore.
Oh, they
Stuff's all
ditched that.
changed.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's never coming out.
No,
It's Star Citizen.
15
I don't know
never
anything
should've
about
come
this
out.
one called The Quiet Man. Did you see any of that? Did you see that on there?
I don't remember this.
Okay, skip it. Babylon Fall.
I have no idea what these are. I didn't
I
see
don't
the Square
remember
Enix
it
one.
either.
Skip it. Octopath Traveler.
See, this one I've seen.
You talk about it.
I'm sort of interested.
This is like a very, very much traditional RPG for Nintendo Switch. That's like, sprites and 2D side scrolling, but you can take the position of one of 8 characters and go through the game, again and again kind of thing.
Very much
seems
like Romancing Saga in that way, where you could start with different characters and get the story from different points.
As soon as you said that, I didn't hear the rest of what you said because the minstrel song was playing in my head.
Great song.
I have no idea what that is, but cool.
It's the song that they sing.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what Romantic Saga is, but it looks kind of cool. And like, I'm not a traditional
Romantic
JRPG
Saga is
kind of
one of the hardest RPGs
Is
ever
it?
made.
It sounds like like a
It
dating
was
sim.
designed
If I'm being
originally
honest.
on the SNES, and then they redid it for the PlayStation 2. And
You
we
can't
got
get
it on
anywhere.
the PlayStation 2.
We can't get anywhere in that game.
Great music, great visuals, battle system is great. If you break a weapon, you can't buy another one because you inevitably don't have enough gold from all the times you've had to repair your weapon in the past.
Oh, okay, that's the one. I remember we was having a discussion
we briefly
about.
talked about it.
We're talking about weapon durability in
Yeah.
games, and how it's stupid and stop doing it.
So you have to every
It's not
battle
realistic.
you do,
It's not cool.
you
It's not.
have to, like after every battle, you either have to repair somehow, or you have to be keeping such a close eye on your durability to keep going. If you don't have a weapon, you get in a battle, you can't do anything, so you just get killed.
Oh,
So
see, and that's why do people keep? Okay, this is old, obviously, but why weapon durability systems? I don't like if you're
I don't
playing
understand it either.
if you're playing like a survival game where it's all about managing your food and your durability and like all your resources. I get it.
Yeah.
If you're playing an RPG, why do I have to like Witcher? I love The Witcher 3. Why do I have to prepare my sword every 5 seconds? It's just a pain. There's no it serves no purpose. It's just annoying.
Well, that's
Zelda,
funny, and
don't
you
even
get
get me started on Zelda.
Everybody that plays the new Zelda game is like, it's great because you got durability on your weapon and all this kind of thing.
It's like 3
That's
hits.
not even a positive.
No, that's very much a negative.
Why does that matter? Why is durability matter? Why would anyone think
it's
that's
a certain mechanic that it can be interesting in a circumstance, but when it's just a way to annoy you, which a lot of games are designed.
Well, it's
like, why bother?
I mean, it's
sometimes
it's only useful in something like The Long Dark or something like
that's
that.
what,
where
you're
it's a
going for
real-
management of resources, survival thing.
But when you're just picking up the next stick because you broke that stick, now you got to pick up this
I'm waiting
stick.
for them to micromanage you having to go to the bathroom in some of these survival games.
That's
You
Don't
have to
they?
go pee. Now you really have to go pee. You're gonna die.
You peed
because
your
need
pants
to pee.
and you died of frostbite.
Yeah.
Don't they do
Well
that
done.
in The Sims already?
Yes,
Maybe.
but that's
Sure.
a little. They just
People
Not
were
as
evil
graphic.
in that
This would
game.
be like so graphic.
So
But-
graphic.
He needed
point
to go
is,
so bad he
some-
peed blood. Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
some
That's cancer.
RPGs, some RPGs do it like because they're going for an ultra realistic thing. Okay, where they're like, okay, so your armor takes damage. Some of those like stuff like I haven't played it, but what was that one? Kingdom Come Deliverance,
Sure.
where they went for like this realistic kind of medieval RPG, and I was like, all right, that's kind of all right. I kind of see it there, but in stuff like Zelda, where you get 2 hits and then your weapon breaks, like that's so annoying to me. I would go bonkers. Hence why I'm never playing that game.
Yeah.
Anywhere, I'm just not playing it. It's not happening.
I'd like to play it, but Zelda. Every time I play a Zelda, I get bored, except for Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time is great.
It's because it's the same game
A Link to
over
the
and
Past
over
is
again.
also all right, but
Ocarina of Time was the only one I ever
Guys,
played.
it's
but
because
it was a
it's
good
the
one.
same game over and over and over again. They just keep re-releasing the same game.
But then they change it.
They change the
It's
location.
they
cel-shaded.
moved places. Yeah.
It's cell shaded,
Yeah, and your weapons break.
and your weapons break.
All right,
To be fair-
Microsoft.
To be fair, Ocarina of Time, when you got that big sword, it broke. So
Yeah.
you got the better big sword. That's like, okay, that's
that
a good
made
point. They
sense.
took the most annoying part of Ocarina of Time, where you went on that quest to get that big Goron sword, and you swung it once and it snapped in half,
yeah.
and then they made that a mechanic in the new game. Why?
Because Zelda Blight players really liked it.
I bet those people that play Zelda are also the people that play Dark Souls. Do you know what I mean?
The casual Dark Souls?
No, the hardcore ones. Like Kevin.
I feel like the people that play Zelda are the people that play Zelda.
Yeah.
They're also the ones that play every other Nintendo game.
Look, in hindsight of 2017...
That is Dark Souls now, isn't it? Skyrim? Skyrim's on there now. It's on
That was
Nintendo.
by the way, that was the best part of the Bethesda conference. That Skyrim commercial. Skyrim for Alexa. Did you not see that?
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I was
That's a
gonna
real
say,
thing, isn't it?
That's
I
it's an
should add
actual
that to
thing.
I should add that.
Oh,
Just listening
sorry.
right now.
I just turned Alexa on.
She's
But yeah,
not talking
apparently
back.
it's a real thing. Yeah, she doesn't. She's ignoring. She's like, I'm
All
not
right,
doing
good
that
news.
again.
All right, Microsoft. Personally, I thought they had the best conference.
Me too.
So.
I know a lot of people make fun of the world premiere.
Dude,
I hated that.
Stop doing that. It keeps showing me that you're moving up and down. That's kind of cool to say.
Stop doing that, but do it.
The Google Docs.
New Oxbox on
All
the
right,
way.
so they announced they do have new Xboxes coming. Not really a big surprise.
Who cares?
It's probably a couple years out yet,
but
but
they say Xboxes, so people have thrown up a lot of speculation about this. People are thinking, oh, maybe they're going to have consoles and handheld and all this kind of stuff. It's going to be an Xbox and an Xbox X.
yeah,
That's
gonna be the
what
same
it's
thing
going
again.
to be.
You pay a little bit more money for a better experience.
There's not going to be a handheld. They have no interest in doing a handheld.
That was a big rumor for Sony too, was it? The PS5 is going to be a Switch.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
no.
There were renders on the internet. They were like, come on,
I could
guys.
see them doing like a Switch-esque thing with a Vita type independent launch, but
Well,
not
I don't. But they wouldn't do it like that.
No.
They just no. Gears
I doubt
5.
don't care. I'm sorry. I like Gears.
I'm
I stopped liking Gears when they got rid of the original trilogy when it was done. I was like, that's enough of Gears for me, and I stopped
I'm
caring.
sort of interested in it, but I don't know if I like where the story was going. At least from the trailer. They bought 5 studios, including the one that makes Horizon, which is not really a big surprise for us.
Horizon. Hellblade, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Not Horizon.
What?
Oh, Forza Horizon.
Yeah, Forza
Oh, I
Horizon.
thought you meant Horizon Zero Dawn. I was like, no, those guys
Nope.
are Sony.
Nope, that's Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave them
That's
alone.
Sony. Plus a bunch of other studios that they've worked mostly with in the past already. So
The Hellblade people, the Team
Yep.
Ninja or whatever.
I'm worried. I hope that they don't get.
I was disappointed in that because
They did
Hellblade
fine.
was cool because it was like a AA game that rivaled AAA games in terms of like graphics and all that stuff.
Well, now there'll be single A games with AAA money.
Yeah, but but also have AAA
Probably.
oversight, which is scary. But we'll see what happens. Maybe the idea, like them with more money, seems like a great plan. But them with corporate oversight, maybe not. I don't know.
I think
Well,
the
what
good
they
news
did
is-
without all that money
the
was
good-
great.
Yeah.
Why do they need it? They
Well, they-
sold the game
I think
like
they just sold the studio.
The good news is that Microsoft just realizes, well, yep, you know what? We got our butts kicked this generation.
They did.
And, yep, we need exclusives. We can't just rely on Halo
yes.
Yeah. Well,
and Forza.
the big thing I think that they need to realize, and a lot of company needs to realize that Sony has down, is that you really need to have good single player games associated with your stuff.
Yes.
If you just have all this multiplayer stuff, and I realize that's trending, and I realize that's the most popular, most money gearing stuff is all this multiplayer stuff. But if you want to sell units, you need to have good single player games like Sony does.
Yep.
Because that'll move units.
Yep.
And they haven't got there. So if they want people playing their super expensive. Are you okay?
So they just did something
That was
where
the
I
weirdest
muted
sneeze.
her, so she.
That is the
Probably
weirdest
be
sneeze
most-
I've ever seen. Or
I
heard, I
was
guess.
trying not to sneeze at that. And then you looked at me with this very concerned look. And then I laughed and sneezed out.
Sneeze.
Sneeze! Yeah.
It'll come back.
But
Alright.
Halo Infinite.
they basically just showed a
It's
screenshot.
Didn't we see a helmet or something?
Yeah, it was
That
Master
what
Chief in a
Master
Halo.
Chief!
And everyone went nuts. But I was like, all right, that's cool, that's fine.
Mhm.
More Halo, that's good.
Another Halo. The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit.
All right.
I don't know what to think about it yet.
Me neither. Maybe
It
it'll be
looks
cool.
sort of intriguing, but I wasn't
It
sure.
also
what
looks
to think.
pretty cringy, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
Um,
star of the show, Ori 2.
I didn't even put that on there.
What?
I don't think it was the start of the show.
It was the first one. I was like, all right, they win E3 because Ori 2. Because I
Wow.
love Ori. Let's be honest.
Ori's okay, but that's not what won it for me.
It looked cool.
I just think the whole conference it
Mhm.
went together really well. But Kingdom Hearts 3, this is where we see it at E3 for the first time this year.
It was shown like 6
Looked
times.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Microsoft was the first, and everyone else was like, the
Looked
same
good.
thing.
Didn't look as polished as I expected it to look, being developed for so long. I was expecting like next level graphics.
It looks the same.
It looks like really well polished PlayStation 2 graphics.
It
It's
looks
like PlayStation 2
exactly the
remastered,
same.
that's what it looks like.
So that's a little
Well
disappointing.
remastered.
And then of course they revealed Frozen, which I could give two craps about. So that's
Can
gonna
I
be
say-
one of the planets on there, or whatever.
Can I say
of
the when I was looking at the Kingdom Hearts thing, and I was like, all right, well, I played a bit of the original Kingdom Hearts. I liked it. I was interested in Kingdom Hearts 3. I went up on YouTube to look up the storyline to see if there was like a summary.
Sweetie.
It was like half an hour. I was like, all right, well, let's see. It was like a rapid fire. Like I have no idea what's happening. Like it's just names bouncing off. I'm like, oh, this guy's talking at a mile a minute. I'm like,
it's the whole story
what?
spans over about 12 games.
but like it doesn't even make sense in the first 5 seconds of the story.
No, it doesn't.
I'm
The only
immediately
way
lost.
you can get it is by playing all of the games,
No,
which is why they released all those HD remasters.
it's insane.
Yeah. I am still interested in playing. I'm just a little disappointed. I thought I was going to see something a little bit more better.
More betterer.
More better. Forza Horizon 4. We knew it was coming.
You're playing that, obviously.
Oh yeah, I will be playing it. Probably get another Xbox for it.
Xbox One X enhanced.
Yeah. And then we were treated to a surprise. Cyberpunk 2077.
Which I figured was coming at Microsoft. I wasn't
I
surprising
wasn't
to me, but
thinking it'd be on. I thought that would be like part of the PC thing or something.
yeah, it could have been because they're pretty good with PC stuff.
I'm
But
sorry.
I figured they would come at Microsoft because it's a bigger show and it seemed like the logical partner. But yeah, I'm actually really this was my biggest game that I'm excited for.
But
Cyberpunk 2077.
I don't know because
What is
I
it
didn't get any
supposed to
feel
be?
for it. Like I didn't understand.
It
what
looked
that
kind of
was
like
all
a Cyberpunk future GTA kind of thing.
I don't know. What I got was a really cool setting for future movies, like on the same lines of like Thor Ragnarok. That's what I got.
Kind of.
That's what I got. I was like, I don't know what you're supposed
Well-
to do in this game, or what the entire point is, or why
Well,
we're
I
even
mean, it's-
excited. It just looks like a cool
It's
place.
a trailer. And it looks cool, like a cool world, and it's a CD Projekt Red RPG, which is enough to get me excited. I don't know.
Is it gonna have a
It
story?
was fun to see everybody losing their mind in the crowd.
Yeah.
Just literally.
They've been waiting for
heads
this for a
exploding.
while.
Yeah.
Since Witcher 3 like came out, it's been like the thing, right? So
Yeah.
But like,
I'm excited. We'll see.
no one
I'm-
knows what it's supposed
If
to be.
any studio deserves the hype, it's them. They're a
make
really good
stuff.
studio. They're good at what they do, and they treat their players like people.
Yeah.
But are they gonna make like a nice, regular one-player game?
That's the plan.
I haven't
It's,
heard.
it's an
that this is
RPG,
multiplayer,
single
so-
player RPG. spread.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's just not. People just hate that.
As
But-
soon as they
wow.
announce that it's a multiplayer game, I will be pissed. So, hopefully not.
Well, like they it was 2015. They came out with Witcher 3, which is like the biggest
Yeah.
RPG of the year.
But-
at the time, but
I kind of hope, and this is just me, because I'm playing a lot of Dragon Age, but I kind which wasn't announced at E3 ever
I know,
at
I was
all,
really
and I'm
hoping
very
there
A lot of
upset about
rumors for it,
that.
Too. Nothing.
I
I'm
know.
very upset about that. I'm
I'm
gonna
s-
hurt somebody. Although the rumors are going around that that's what their focus is, and I'm like, whatever. But
well, after Anthem, I assume. But
yeah, after Anthem. But if the Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever it is, if the main character could be like a customizable character, is it?
Yes.
Because that is like the only thing that it should be, because that is the perfect world to do
All
some weird crap.
Yeah, all they know is your main character's name is V. I don't know what the V stands for, but your name's V.
For Vendetta.
And
Oh.
you can be a guy or a girl, and you can customize what you look like and all that stuff. Although you're in first person, they always announce that it's in first person, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. I was a little bit disappointed by that.
I didn't catch that.
I like
Oh.
third
That's
person.
a big problem for
See, I'm the same way, but you know what? They can do it right.
There's
It'll be
no
okay.
way to do that right.
We'll see.
Bethesda's
I don't
games
know
are
where
like
my
that too, and I
feet-
don't
Oh, I
like
always
it.
play with Bethesda games zoomed out. I'm like,
Well,
you can
but
actually
you
zoom
can't
out.
do that on Dishonored.
No, I wish you could, because that's my one big knock. against
If
Dishonored.
I would play that game like crazy if it was third person, but it's not.
I agree with you. That was a little bit disappointing to me. We'll see. It is a shooter, so it kind of makes some sense. But I like third-person shooters, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. That was disappointing.
Oh.
So I don't know what I don't know the
So
full.
that'd be something you'd say that the Dragon Age thing was something that wasn't announced that you would have liked to be announced. Is there anything else you guys would have liked to have seen?
That was literally the only thing I was waiting for, so I don't know.
I like that they announced Elder Scrolls 6, but they didn't really. It's probably at least 2 years
I didn't bother
out.
putting it on the list because they didn't really say anything.
It was just it's coming, guys. Probably at least 2 years, probably more out. So that's
which is
disappointing.
ridiculous.
Which is really disappointing.
We're going to see another 2 years of them trying to pimp Skyrim.
I was really hoping to see Elder Scrolls 6, which we kind of did. I was really hoping to see Cyberpunk, which we did. I was really hoping to see Starfield, which we did. And I was really hoping to see Dragon Age, which we did not see. So that was unfortunate. Is there anything else that they didn't announce that?
Here, I thought we would. I'm not asking for any kind of footage or anything like this, but I thought Square Enix is doing something. I thought we would just see Final Fantasy 16 title.
And they didn't
just
do
a title.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like the Elder Scrolls, like it was like.
And
Final
there's
Fantasy.
no mention of the game the new IP that the guy that did Final Fantasy 15. There was no mention of his new IP either, which is concerning.
Oh, speaking of Square Enix, there was one that I was hoping to see, which was something because I think Square Enix got the license to make a Marvel-based RPG, didn't they?
Was that Square?
I thought that was Square that got that.
Yeah, I think you're right. And,
I was really hoping to see
something.
something.
And they haven't done anything.
I was really hoping to see something come out with that.
It'd
the other
be
thing
a
I was
good
really hoping to see
time for
was the Respawn's Star Wars game, which they did this. They announced it, but they did this weird in the crowd thing.
Yeah, we talked about that in the previous podcast.
I was really hoping that we could see something what they had, but apparently they have a guy sitting in the crowd, which is really unfortunate. Like even a logo would have been better. Like what Elder Scrolls did would have been better than what they did. But anyway.
That to me is really cheap, saying they're not putting any effort into it. To me.
Well, because that was and I understand why, kind of, because that was the one that Visceral was working on that they canned, and they destroyed, like they shut down the studio.
Yeah.
So they're kind of probably starting over. I like Respawn because I like they made Titanfall, and I really like Titanfall. So I really hope they make a good Star Wars single player game.
Didn't
but we'll see.
care for Titanfall myself, but
no,
I would hope that they'd be able to make a game. Visceral, I thought could have done a game.
Did you play Titanfall 2? No. The Titanfall 2 campaign is really good.
Yeah,
really good. It's like a good. I don't know. It's like similar. It's like what I would always hope Call of Duty campaigns would be, but good, but like really good. And in the future with your
don't mention Call of Duty to me.
Because they took rid of the campaign. Sorry, that was unrelated. But you should
jerks
instead subscribe to Origin Access for a month for $5 or whatever. Play Titanfall 2 campaign.
Is that PC?
Yes.
Maybe.
It's actually really good. It's pretty cool.
I'm trying to think. There was something else I wish I saw, but I didn't. There should have been something about Final Fantasy VII. By rights,
at least episode 1.
They have no excuse for that, having a special conference and not talking about it.
Yeah.
Because we've seen stuff before.
Yeah, and they just redid, like they scrapped it all.
Yeah.
Now it's
but
it's episodic.
All of what we've seen in the past has nothing to do with what the game's going to
I'm not even a Final Fantasy fan, and I'm like, what are they doing? Like, I'm even annoyed, and I don't even care that much. It's weird, but
they're putting all of their effort and time into the Kingdom Hearts, which, to be honest, I really feel like is not going to live up to
what the real problem
the hype.
is that they're announcing stuff way too early. And they got to stop doing that because it's starting to really tick off their fan base, including myself.
Well, I guess
how long was Final Fantasy 15? Remember that very first trailer that came out where where I guess he wasn't Noctis at the time, he was something else, but where he was walking down the steps with the swords around him in the way better outfit than he got now. Just saying. And
his outfit's good when he at the end of the game. He gets to wear sort of like his dad's stuff, which is kind of cool. He looked kind of cool.
Where his hair didn't grow longer, but his beard grew.
He looks exactly like what's his face from I think that movie.
Wow, good one, Jeff.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's very weird.
They setting up for the live action movie where Keanu Reeves plays him. That's probably what it is.
Actually, which would be probably could play him very well.
How much more
I cool live action one
as a non Final Fantasy person, how much more I enjoyed Kingslave as opposed to the actual game.
Good.
We talk about that all the time.
I was like, Kingslave was a good movie. I liked it. I don't know what's happening, but it was fun. And the
But
game was boring as crap. I'm
I
sorry.
thought for
Yeah, the game was horrible.
there should have been something there about Final Fantasy VII. There was
They announced it how long ago now? 3 years?
Oh,
5.
yeah,
5 years?
Yeah.
forever ago.
And they came out with something that looked like it was done.
Yeah,
Like the
Like,
the initial
they had
trailer, we
really
were like,
good-looking
"Oh, that's
stuff.
cool. It looks like it's almost ready."
Yeah.
5 years later, there's nothing. Come on.
scrapped, and they
Come
they're doing
on.
some- yeah.
They should. Why
So
did they
good.
scrap it? They should just. All they need to do. Okay,
Who
everyone
did
was like
they
everyone-
fire?
the whole time.
That's what I'm saying.
Tetsuya Nomura said
Yeah.
they switched engines because the boss said to switch engines.
Why? I hate when they do that. Like Star Citizen, we were just talking about that. Point is, everyone was saying for the longest time that if Final Fantasy ever got in a rut, or if they just wanted to cash in, all they need to do was take Final Fantasy VII, remake it with modern graphics, and release it, and they make ton.
So I
Because
think
everyone
they have,
loves that game. Well, not
they
everyone,
have
but like,
went ahead and made it too big because they want every episode to be
Yeah.
a game length, like a real game.
that's
and
the
it's
thing.
So it's going to be special sections to the whole story.
I thought they were finally doing that, but instead they just blew it out of proportion and tried to make it this big epic thing. And now we're 5 years
Or
later.
they could just make a game instead of doing all the episodes.
The thing is, they have a good game. Just make it with those graphics and then just go.
Like,
Done.
it is cash in their pockets. People will, like, if they said we're gonna sell you this game for $200, everyone would buy it for $200.
See, I thought
No
they could-
joke.
my opinion would have been when they were made for development on it. Okay, use a different engine, but take the battle engine from Crisis Core because it was fantastic, and it is an action-based battle system. It's one of the few that Square has made that I actually like. It was actually really well done. And of course, if you haven't played it, you wouldn't know, but it's fantastic. But yeah, I was disappointed in that. Other than that, I can't think of anything else that. Nope, nothing. Can't think of anything else. I did think maybe Sony might announce their next console. Maybe.
There
say
was
that-
whispers
say
about
was
that,
coming,
that
but
it's
they've
coming.
already said that.
They've said it's coming, but they didn't yet show anything. And so it's probably at least 2 years out.
I'm gonna really.
If not
it'll launch
more.
2020, I think.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick what we're playing, and then
Okay.
we'll call it a podcast.
All right, sounds good.
All right, what are you playing? Son?
Well, I just finished Dragon Age Origins
Again,
Okay,
again, and I played as a mage this time.
okay.
That was awesome. Alistair broke my heart because I made him king, and that was my fault. I shouldn't have done that. So I
We'll
admit to
learn
my I know. I admit to my mistakes. So I started Dragon Age 2, and that's where I am at currently. We have a lot of games in the works, like 2-player games that Dan and I are really interested in, especially like Unravel 2.
yes, that was actually one.
We're gonna play
was in
that.
the 3 that we were
Right.
kind of interested in playing.
Wow, I just keep
You
attacking.
headbutted the microphone.
Bang! we need the pads there for protection there.
Yeah.
You've been pretty.
We've
Absorbed in our single-player
also we've been absorbing our single player games, but I've been watching him play Persona 4 because I watched him play
Golden.
Persona 5 Golden,
P4G.
and yeah, it's just as it seems normal, and then you're just at the tip of weird, and then it like dives in, but then it comes back up, and then you're like, all right, just be normal again. It's great. I love this game.
You
Yeah,
guys are
it's
just
great.
at the beginning, and it gets so good.
It's really good so far.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot because I mean I really want to play this game because I love Persona 5 so much, which like absolutely love that game. Just thinking I would hate it. Total I've talked about it before, but total 180. Like, this is one of my favorite games of all time. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited, and it's been really good so far. It's taken a bit to wind up.
Yeah,
A
that
little,
the
but
the
not too bad.
soundtrack is the soundtrack in our vehicle. So everywhere we
Yes,
go, that's all we listen
really?
to from
We listen
Persona
to Persona
5.
5.
Yeah.
Oh, Persona 5. Okay.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
4 yet.
I
Not
like,
4
I like
yet.
Persona 4's soundtrack quite a bit. I haven't had.
It's
a
a
chance
little
to listen to
different.
Persona 5's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Well, what's
But-
Shoji Meguro? I think is the composer. He's had a lot of time to change because
Yes.
it's been like 10 years.
That
Yeah,
was-
but it was really good. Very funky. I loved
that
it.
would be the game that I wish that Sony announced was Persona 6, but I know that's not coming for another
See that for
forever.
years.
But
We'll
I
see
would,
that for
but
years.
I can dream. Let me,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah, Persona 4 Golden is what we've
Yep.
been playing on the. I
Yep.
specifically bought the PlayStation TV just to play that, so you could watch on the TV while I played.
it's great.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah,
Like, it is a bit weird on the TV. It's a little bit too big.
Oh, is it?
Like the 720p to 4K upscale is a bit off.
It's
but,
a little funky too because the game was designed. It was a PlayStation 2 game,
yeah.
so already dimensions are just a little odd.
Yeah.
Like it looks correct, but yeah, like you said, big.
When you start running through the town, it gets a little bit disorienting.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Yeah, I
like,
can't
"Oh,
watch
okay."
you when you're doing that.
And the same thing in the dungeons. I've been, you know, you have to like run up to the shadows and hit them to get the advantage, or the chance at
Yeah.
advantage. A little different than
Yep.
the sneaking in Persona 5. I've been hit a few times because the camera angle decides to focus on the wall, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I,
Oh,
you know,
I've never
had that a couple
problem.
times
Okay.
on the PS TV. I don't know if it's different than on the.
I never had a problem.
It sometimes, so most of the time it's like good third person, you know, good frame of view, and it's working and everything's fine. Sometimes it decides to zoom in on me for some reason, and I can't really see what I'm doing anymore.
Yep.
Sometimes it goes into a wall. I don't know what it's doing, but I don't know if I'm doing something wrong on my dual,
I don't know.
or your,
I don't
your
remember,
DualShock 2
I don't remember having
controller.
an issue.
But
so
yeah,
I'm
it's
not sure to tell you.
I've had a
Yeah.
couple of those that have been got hit by a disadvantage because I will say that that game is quite difficult.
I was surprised when you told me you went back to easy or whatever.
I went down to easy because
Yeah.
I was like playing on normal,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, I was pretty confident. I was like, I played normal P5. It was a couple of challenging fights, but it was pretty much perfect.
The bosses can be hard.
Playing normal was fine going through the dungeons. Hitting the boss, I was like, all right, this is too hard. I'm not as good as I thought I was.
played through
So-
on easy as well.
But even on easy, I got to the optional boss
Mhm.
after beating the first dungeon. I did the optional boss for the first dungeon, and that thing almost one-shot me. Like, did that rampage move and knocked out everyone except for my main character.
I have no idea.
I was
if
like,
ever did that
whoa,
before.
okay, that's
Right.
hard. I'm on easy, all right. So I'm like, I beat him, but I had to like use the revival stuff, all the items
yeah.
to get everyone back up and everything. But yeah, the only reason I didn't get wiped out because I just made the super good persona, so I was quite a bit tougher than I would have been 2 minutes ago. So, but yeah, that's been fun. I also played, like I said, Doom, which was a ton of fun. Wasn't as long as I expected. I think it was only like I got through it in like 10 hours or something. But that was also a very hard game. I should have played that on easy. I didn't. But it
I
was fun
play
anyways.
everything on easy because I'm. a
Well,
lazy
that game,
guy.
even that game is. I'm a bit reckless when it comes to shooter games, and so that's not.
So am I.
Well, this one is better because there's not really a cover shooter. It is kind of, it promotes recklessness, but I was too reckless and I kept running into stuff and trying to punch it to death and dying horribly. So yeah, that would have been should have been an easy thing. And I also
Yeah.
played a lot of, since we didn't have internet
Yeah, we didn't have internet
for a
few
while.
weeks.
I played a lot of They Are Billions. I don't know if you've heard of that
No
game.
idea what
That's
that
an
is.
indie strategy game where you basically, it's a zombie game, which is kind of ironic since I just said I hate zombie games. But you basically build a colony and you have to have walls up with zombie hordes come and attack you, and it's like a survival RTS. It's kind of interesting.
Okay.
It's very difficult as well. Because at the end there's this huge thing. It's like, they are billions, and like just billions of zombies attack you. You're like, okay, I'm not gonna survive.
Mhm.
So that's tough. But yeah, that's about it for me.
So I've been playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
I finally caught a Pikachu, and it has a summer hat on.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Did we talk about it on here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Well, I did. So just confirming to make sure you know. I thought we talked about it beforehand. Anyway, did that. Play. I'm still playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Everyone else has quit, but I'm still playing.
Good game.
Yep.
I had to stop. I was addicted.
Got a,
You were
got a
very
Jinzo.
addicted.
got a Jinzo, and I got the first ultra rare thingamajig I ever got in real life, Trihorn Dragon. I now have that in game, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
What else have we played? We've been playing Destiny 2. We played a little
Yes,
bit of that.
I
Played
forgot
that
to- I
with
didn't
Kevin
mention
there last night.
That's a good game. Well, it's a good game with friends. It's kind of boring solo.
Yeah, I don't think you want to play that on your own.
No.
American American Truck Driver. What is it called? American
Truck Simulator,
Truck Simulator. Played that one.
which
a
is
bit.
weird because that's your actual job. But
That
that's okay.
is my actual job, but it's not nearly as bad. So, World of Warships.
Of course, the standby.
they've got the Canadian HMCS, the famous HMCS Haida Destroyer. It's pretty good.
You'd pay money for it, though.
You do, but the news is that they're going to be bringing more Canadian ships in. However, it's not going to be Canadian Navy. It's going to be under the Commonwealth.
Fair enough. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
But I was going to mention, you notice in your Humble Bundle stuff,
yes,
you get a lot of World of Warships bonuses. They've done that several times where I got World of Warship bonuses, and I was like, I didn't even know I could do this.
I'm looking this up right now.
But side note, I had a couple of those sitting there. Some from Twitch too. There was some from Twitch a while ago. Twitch Prime.
Okay. But well, this website is useless on half window mode. There we go.
So now you got to log in.
Yep. Look at that. Logged in. All right, we're taking a look at this. This is live, people.
What? Is that how easy you got logged in? I have to do captchas twice to get logged in.
Oh, I use LastPass and it just.
Oh, okay. See, now you got to do this too. You got to verify the account. So every time I log into Humble Bundle, I have to do a captcha thing to log in. I have to verify the account with my email address, and then I have to do another captcha thing to do the verify. I'm like, this is. If you guys didn't have such good deals, I would have left a long time ago. That's all I'm saying. Also, charity's good too, but you know,
I'm starting to really get tired of all this secondary verification stuff.
I understand why it's necessary, though.
All my Google stuff now, every time I log in on any device, it comes back to my phone asking if that was actually you.
Yeah.
Bugs the crap out of me. All right.
But, I mean, I know that it is more secure that way, but it is annoying.
Where's the keys? I don't see any keys for...
I have no idea.
World of Warships?
I just saw it came up on the advertisement thing.
Oh, I thought you were actually saying that.
No, I didn't redeem it. I don't have it installed, but...
Well, I don't understand. What are you talking about?
So if you look at the monthly subscription stuff,
yeah.
A lot of time at the bottom, it's one of your bonuses. It says bonus extra World of Warship stuff. So I have no idea how to actually use that. But anyway.
I don't know. Recently, Humble Bundle changed their whole way of doing shit on here.
Maybe I'm wrong.
And everything is really
anyway.
confusing.
I guess we don't need to talk about that on a podcast.
No, we don't. I guess we don't. I will say, in the very near future, we're going to be giving away some games.
Yeah.
And they do come from the Humble Bundle monthly things. So if you've seen games in the past, we're giving some of them away. So not doing that today because I haven't got the whole process set up yet. So, but yeah, I think that's the podcast. I do have to mention our new song.
We have a new song.
We have a new intro song, and I've got to find the name of it. Hang on.
Technobabble's new intro song.
That's pretty good. Maybe we should do that.
We'll use that. You've been recorded and immortalized.
It's been recorded. It's saved.
On the internet.
It's called Voice Over Under, and this is also by the guy that it's doing the music for our Recording the Heck Out of Politics podcast, which is available at recordingpolitics.com.
If you're into politics,
his name Kevin something. It's Kevin something. I can't think of his name right now. I'll have it in the description. But it's good. He's got good music. It's all royalty free. So
cool.
So check that stuff out. And yeah, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here, Cynthia, Dan.
This episode of Technobabble was brought to you by redbluegreen.ca.
Yes,
our website, or your website, more accurate.
redbluegreen.ca. That is where you can get a bunch of news. I do have more reviews coming. If I had more time, I wish I had more time. I have a whole week off this week again because my truck broke down. So I'm gonna be kicking out some more stuff this week. And yeah,
cool.
All right,
Cool.
Well, that's the end of the podcast.
All right. Well, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll take our laundry and leave.
Yeah.
Please do.
Okay.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.